Hello, this is Homespun Home. How are you doing? I wanted to do a little video today because I'm feeling better, and I just thought I'd share a little bit about what my world has to offer and some of the stuff that I go through in life. Do y'all have grandkids? I have a bunch of grandkids, and I have two of them that are 8 and 11, and my daughter, which is the mama of the grandkids, is, you know, kind of on the "oh my God, Mom" attitude towards me. And so while she's at work, a lot of times I will babysit the kids to help her out. She's a phlebotomist and she works at the hospital here in my community. And so I consider myself to be a pretty good grandma. I really do. I you know, like this morning I cooked the grandbabies, you know, the 8-year-old and the 11-year-old. I cooked them some scrambled eggs and some applesauce and some mashed potatoes with salt and pepper for breakfast. And for lunch, we had sub sandwiches and pizza. But anyway, when I watch the kids, a lot of times I'll start out here at 6:30 in the morning, and I'll hang out here for a little bit while they're still in bed asleep, and then I'll get up, wake them up a little bit, and say, "Come on, we got to go to Nanny's house because I got to let the dog out to go pee, and I got to feed the dogs and all that jazz." So anyway, as I'm driving down the road, I see these beautiful wildflowers growing on the side of the road, and they are perennials, so they come back every year. And I thought, well, I'm going to pick me some of those flowers because I want to save them, let them dry out, and I'm going to replant them in my yard for next year. And so, you know, take the kids to my house, cook them the scrambled eggs and the applesauce, and, you know, nice breakfast, and we hang out until about lunchtime, and we, you know, take the dog out for a walk and let the dogs go potty and feed the dogs and do all that. I vacuumed the floor at the house and did a couple dishes and everything, and I says, "Okay, come on, we're gonna, you know, go back to your house," because they only live up the road from where I live. So as we're driving down the road where I had seen the wildflowers, I pull over the side of the road, and Nevaeh's like, "Nanny, what are you doing?" And I said, she's the 11-year-old, and I said, "Well, I'm going to get out and pick some wildflowers over here on the side of the road real quick. And when I get to your house, I'm going to put them in a jar with some water." She just kind of looks at me like, "Really?" So I get out of the car, and I go around the front, and I hang on to this tree, and I kind of take a big step, and I'm over by this ditch, and the wildflowers are growing along. They're like yellow, they look like yellow daisies. So I pick about 6 or 7 of them, and I come back in and set them in the car, and Nevaeh's like, "Oh my God, Nanny." I'm like so embarrassed. Oh my God. And I'm like, "Okay, whatever, Nevaeh. I'm going to dry them, you know, and plant them in my yard for next year." "Hello? Come in. Come in. Come in." Are you, hey, yeah, are you looking for Blake?
Yeah.
Okay. Blake! Mama!
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Your hair is really cute.
Well, thank you. I forget I have it done, and when people look at me, I'm like, what are they looking at? You know, it's, thank you. I just wanted to get it done. Thank you.
I'll probably leave it in about 30 minutes. Okay.
That gives you plenty of time to play, Blake.
Yeah, 30 more minutes. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, in about 30 minutes. So, anyhow, the granddaughter is like totally embarrassed, but whatever.
Yeah,
So
I was.
Can't be on the video.
Um,
So then I said, I was going to pick some of those purple flowers, but they were on the highway side of the road, but still far enough away from the road that it was kind of close to the ditch. But they were on the other side of the ditch. So Nevaeh says, well, Nanny, Jordan can go pick you some real quick. And so he gets out of the car and he goes over there and he bends down and he starts picking some flowers. And I told Nevaeh, I said, tell him that's plenty of flowers. You know, he picked about 5 or 6 little pieces. And I said, tell him, brother, that's enough. And of course, while he's bent down, I'm like, baby, be careful. Don't get close to the road. You know, stay safe right there. Quick, hurry. And he's got like you know, he's bent over and he's picking the little flowers. And I guess there was a bumblebee that landed on his back, but it didn't sting him. It flew off. So they get in the car and everything is fine. And I get the flowers and stick them on the dashboard. And I said, well, when we get to your house, Nanny's going to put them in a vase and put some water and then we'll take them home. And when they're dry, I'll save the seeds and I can plant them next year and I'll have some perennials. And of course, I made the comment, I said, well, you know that I thought they say it's against the law to pick wildflowers that are planted by the state or planted because it's just against the law. I'm not sure why, but I said, of course, you can see I had only picked like 5 plants out of 1,000 that were out there in the ditch. So I'm driving down the road and all of a sudden I get this bright idea. And I can just hear the kids now. Mama, guess what Nanny did today? What did Nanny do today? Well, she pulled into somebody's yard and got out the car and she went over to this ditch and she started picking flowers right there in this person's driveway. She was picking flowers. And I mean, she didn't even ask if it was okay if she did that. And you know what else happened, Mama? While she was picking the flowers and everything, I was like, Nanny, what in the world are you doing? I'm like so embarrassed. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And then, you know what she did? She had Jordan get out the car, and he went over there, and he picked some flowers as well. And right on the highway side, Mama, he could have got hit by a car. And while he was out there picking those flowers, you know what? A bumblebee got on him, and it could have stung him. And then when he got in the car, there was a spider that got on him, and he brushed it off. And Mama, that spider could have bit him, and he didn't even know if he killed the spider when he brushed it off. And it could have got on me, and it could have bit me, and we both could have died. And then Nanny said, you know what else? She said, it is against the law to pick wildflowers on the side of the road. Mama, she could have gone to jail. They could have took her car, confiscated her car, and put her in jail and everything for picking those wildflowers on the side of the road. Mom, really? Do your grandkids do stuff like that to you with their mama? When the grandmother babysits, do they tell stories? That's what my grandkids do to me. They make me look like I'm crazy. Well, you know what my comment was to that? I said, well, when Nanny's dead and gone, one day when you're a little older, you're going to look back and remember that your Nanny pulled up in somebody's driveway and she crossed the ditch, which was not in their yard, thank you very much, and picked some wildflowers. So she could take them home and dry them and plant them in her yard to save some money. And every time those flowers come up each year, you'll remember your Nanny when I'm dead and gone. So there, get over it.